Good morning, Stampers. Welcome to a Friday live on Thursday because I had to bump it up because I've got plans tomorrow and won't be able to go live with you. So instead of pre-recording a video and posting it tomorrow, I thought I would just go live today. So I'm happy to be here with you today. I'm just going to update my iPad here so that I can see who's here and see your comments. My name is Sherry Roth, for those of you who don't know. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Canada, and I go live on Facebook, usually on Fridays at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. But like I said, today or tomorrow I have plans, so we're doing it today. All right, now where am I? Here we go. Okay, be sure to say hi when you pop in or when you join us so that we know, so that I know who's here. Good morning, Mary Liz and Shirley and Amy and Alice. We've got lots and lots to talk about today. So much has happened. Good morning, Kim. First of all, today is, well, the second day. Yesterday, the holiday catalog went live. Yay! So now customers get their hands on product from here. If you are in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator and don't have a physical copy of this catalog and would like one, just send me a private message with your address on Facebook, send me an email. You can find my website at stampedtreasures.com and you can contact me through that. I'm happy to pop one in the mail for you. And then yesterday also the buy 3 get 1 free promotion. So this is a DSP promotion, so a pattern paper promotion. So there's a selection of patterned papers from the annual catalog. When you purchase 3, you get the 4th one for free. And there is one specialty DSP on here, the Pressed Petals specialty DSP. And if you purchase 3, you can purchase 3 of the cheaper ones, and you can choose the Pressed Petal, the more expensive one, as your free product, which is great. Amy says, we made your swap card at a team meeting last night. Which swap card? That's kind of cool. Okay, let's see here. Okay, every week I start off with a draw for last week's project. So this is the card. I created this Happy Halloween card using our masks last week on Facebook. You can find the replay on my YouTube channel or here on Facebook. And the way that you can get your name entered, for those of you who have not watched or don't usually watch, by commenting, asking a question during the Facebook Live or even afterwards on the replay or on my YouTube channel, because after I finish the video, I always upload it to YouTube. By commenting, you get 1 entry per comment, and if you share the video, you get 5 entries. So I've got everybody's name in here, and we will draw a winner, and we have got Kathy Lovell. You're the winner. So I will pop that in the mail. I'm going to the post office this afternoon, so I'll be able to pop it in the mail then. Okay. Oops. Just drop that. That's okay. Okay. Let's see here. Next up, today is launch day for our next Heartfelt Cards to Go class. Oh, the card I made with the Gather Together bundle. Was that at Lindsay? Is that Lindsay's meeting? I really like that card. Actually, we're making that at my card class next week too. Okay, so today we launched the next Heartfelt card kits to go, and it uses one of my favorite sets from the holiday catalog, the hashtag Elfie. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Amy. Or sorry, oh, at Lindsay's, okay, yeah. The hashtag Elfie stamp set. So that is the next kit to go. And we are making 6 cards, so 2 each of 3 designs. And I filmed a video, you get a better look in the video. So these are the 3 cards. I'll give you a quick look here. One of them is a gift card holder, one of them is a shaker card, and then you get a box. So the intention is for you to make a set of cards for you to keep as inspiration or to use personally. And then the second set is meant to go inside the package so that you can turn around and gift it. Because you know, with the holidays coming up, you always need those kind of last minute gifts. So it's nice to have some of those on hand. So all the information for that, I will post a link to the blog post which has all the information. If you're on my email list, then you will have gotten an email about it this morning. So yeah, all the details are online. And then, so we're using that stamp set today because I love this stamp set. You are going to be seeing this stamp set a ton because I just adore it. And I'm combining it with another one of my favorites, The Greatest Part of Christmas. This is one of the host sets at the back of the holiday catalog. So the only way that you can get a host set is with Stampin' Rewards, and the only way you can get Stampin' Rewards is with a qualifying order, so $200 or more. And there's several different ways that you can get or earn those Stampin' Rewards. You can host a party, you can host a private party, you can place an online order of $200 or more, or you can, if you're a demonstrator, you can place a personal order of $200 or more. Okay, so we're using those two stamp sets, and then I'm combining it with another product from the holiday catalog that I think the #Elfie set works really, really well with, and that is the It Snow Dsp. So this is the DSP here. So it's part of that Snowman Season, I think it's called, suite. Or maybe it's called the Let It Snow suite. It might be the Let It Snow suite. But this is a specialty DSP, and it, on 4 of the 6 patterned papers, it has this beautiful raised glitter. So you guys probably can't see it, but this one has these little hats, and at the bottom of the red hats, the rim and the little pom-pom at the top is glimmery, shimmery, glittery, whatever word you want to call it. So that's one of the patterns. This one is actually probably my least favorite. And then that's the back. Love the back of it. And then this one, these snowmen are all sparkly. Oh, you can see a little bit, not a whole lot. And then this is the back. You can never go wrong with stripes. This one I love. Love, love, love. So it's like a 12-inch strip. You can cut that and use that at the bottom of a scrapbook page. You can cut up individual ones. I believe the punch actually coordinates with several of these as well. And then the back is red and white. And then this is the last glittery one. So the Coastal Cabana trees are all glittery. And then we've got more stripes. And then we got these little tiny snowmen. And then that one. And then mittens. And this one. So this is gorgeous paper. And wait until you see, I've got a class coming up in October. It's called a folio class using this DSP. Well, this is the DSP that I made one of the samples from. You have the choice of doing the DSP, so watch for that because it is pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera around and we're gonna go ahead and start crafting. So just bear with me for just a second. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the card that we are going to create today. So, and we're using a ton of products from the holiday catalog. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this, I added my own sparkle to that paper. So this is one of the patterns that doesn't have the shimmer to it. So I wanted to add some shimmer to it. So I'm gonna show you how I did that. And I've got some shimmer on his hat. We're gonna do some coloring with blends because I also released today my club, my blends club. It is called Blends on a Budget Club. So if you still have blends that you need to collect, or if you want to start your collection, this is a great way. So all that information is in today's blog post as well. Oh, Reg, you're watching from the Toronto airport. That's cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to add my sparkle to the paper just so that we can set that aside for it to dry. So I'm gonna use two products from the holiday catalog. I'm going to use this Shimmery Crystal Effects and the Ice Stampin' Glitter. And what I wanna do is in the center of pretty much all of these little white snowflakes, I'm just going to add some of this Shimmery Crystal Effects. And you could leave it just like that and let it dry and it would be shimmery, but I want to add that glittery look to it. I probably should have done this beforehand. I hope it's going to be dry by the time we're ready to assemble. Try not to put it on too thick. Good morning, Karen. So what has everybody got planned for today? Has everybody been enjoying the weather the last couple days? Man, we're finally getting some summer weather now that the kids are back in school, which isn't really fair for them, but whatever, we'll take what we get, right? Okay. So I'm just putting a little dot in the center of each one of these snowflakes. This piece seems to have a lot of snowflakes on it. Okay, so I'll put the lid back on that, and then I like to use a coffee filter so that I can just easily dump it back in. So this is our Ice Stampin' Glitter, and I'm just gonna dump it generously on there. And then I'll flip this over so I can make sure I get the other side as well. Tap off the excess. How does this compare to Wink of Stella? Well, it's hard to compare them because this is so much more dimensional than Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella is obviously the easier of the two to use because you just brush it on, it dries really quickly. This, you have the two steps. So you have to add some sort of adhesive first, and then you sprinkle it on, and then you have to let it dry. So I'm just gonna use my finger and just go on, and this, I'm just tapping it just to make sure that that glitter sets into that adhesive nicely. Okay, and then we're gonna set that aside. Let me lift it up and see if you guys can see that sparkle. So if I lift that up, can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. That light is quite glaring. Let's try that. Not really, but trust me, it's there. And whoever wins this card will get to see it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I've got a piece of scrap Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp my image. I'm gonna use this little guy that's in the stocking. Yeah, bigger sparkle pieces, exactly, Mary Liz. Because it's a little chunkier. It's chunkier than our Dazzling Diamonds glitter. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp that. And then I'm gonna bring in some blends. Now the color in this DSP, so this DSP is actually Coastal Cabana, but I find that our Pool Party blends work nicely. So we're gonna use the Pool Party combo, Real Red combo. Oh, you're using it right now, Kim? What are you making? We're gonna use some Crumb Cake. We're gonna use light petal pink, light black, and then some Wink of Stella. Now I'm cheating and I'm using, remember a few years ago we carried gold Wink of Stella? I still have mine and I want a gold bell on his hat. So I'm gonna color it with gold. Now, if you don't have a gold Wink of Stella, we now carry, in the holiday catalog, we now carry metallic ink. So we've got gold, silver, and copper. So you could use a paintbrush with the gold ink refill and color it in that way. And then I'm going to use the regular Wink of Stella and do the brim of his hat. Man, I love Wink of Stella. So pretty. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start coloring in. Now there's no right or wrong way to color with blends. Some people like to start with dark. some people like to start with light. I start with light and add the shading in afterwards and then go back and blend with the light. So I'm just filling in with the light. I'm gonna go back and just add a bit of shading in a couple areas with the dark. And then I'll go back in with the light and blend just a little bit. And I'm always very careful. I have a very light touch, and I'm always very careful not to go too close to the edge because it does bleed out just a little bit. Kim says she is casing the box in the new caddy on page 40. I'm gonna have to take a look and see what box that is. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna color bits of the stocking with the pool party. So the other reason why I wanted to use that DSP, and I guess I didn't have to use the DSP to do this, but a lot of times when we're coloring elves, we think that they need to be red and green. That tends to be the colors that we color them in, but they don't need to be. You can color an elf whatever color you want. So I love Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, like those kind of colors. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to use a different, oh, I opened the wrong end, to use a different color combination. What end of the blends do you guys prefer to use? Do you prefer this fine tip or do you prefer the brush tip? I hardly ever use the brush tip. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the light petal pink to color in the elf's face and his hands. And it looks quite dark initially when you first put it down, but it does lighten a little bit. And then I'm gonna do his hair in crumb cake. So again, I'm gonna start with a light layer and then add a bit of dark. Kim, you're a fine tip girl, you prefer that? Hey, Shauna. Mary Liz, casing a fairy stamp to do red and green Christmas fairy. So the same idea in reverse. Exactly. Yeah, fairies, again. I mean, sometimes we often do like purples and pinks and stuff for fairies, right? But fairies can be any color. Mary Liz uses the brush tip. Shauna uses the brush. Karen uses the brush as well. Yeah, a lot of people will use the brush if it's a larger area for sure, but I find even for the smaller areas, just because that tip is so fine, I find it still works better for me to use the brush tip than the fine tip. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some stripes or color in some of the stripes with red. So I'm using, again, the light red to start. Who starts light and goes to dark? And which way do you prefer? Light to dark or dark to light? I don't think I need to color all this in. You guys get the idea. Kim feels like she has more control with the fine. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna color these two stripes and then we'll move on. You guys don't need to see me color the whole thing now that it's almost done. Okay, so I have gone ahead and colored one and fussy cut it, so you didn't need to watch me fussy cut. Shauna is light to dark as well. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and start with our card. So I've got a Coastal Cabana card base, so it just measures 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I've got, let's do the inside. No, let's not do the inside first. Okay, I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This piece measures, I think it's 3 3/4 by 5. and then a real red piece that measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, so it's just a slight bit bigger. But what I want to do is I want to cut out my little window. So I have got my stitched rectangles here, and I've pulled out 2 sizes, these 2 here. So 1, 2, 3, fourth largest is what's going to cut my window, and I'll show what my intention was because I want your opinion, because I completely forgot about it after when I was assembling my card yesterday. So we'll see what you guys think when we get to that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the Big Shot right in the center so I can cut out my window. So bring in my die cutter. I know the Coastal Cabana is so nice, isn't it? Kim is a light to dark. Yeah, exactly. You can always add more color, but you can't take it away if you have too much. Mary Liz prefers dark to light. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the center. And do you guys know the tip for anything with a straight edge for framelits? You never want to put it so that it's going right in parallel. There's my phone. You want to have a corner going in first. That will help prevent, you know, the loud, really loud sounds. It almost sounds like your Big Shot's breaking. That will help prevent that sound, and it also cuts better. I find if you feed it so that it's going in parallel to the Big Shot, sometimes you'll get a side that doesn't cut properly. So this helps prevent that. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this out. Yes, you can remove a bit of the ink. You can make it lighter using the color lifter. You're right, Mary Liz. Okay, so let's see. We've got our piece here. I think it's pretty good. So this is gonna go in behind. So I'm just gonna add a bit of adhesive around the edges and add my DSP in behind. Oh, that came out fast. Okay. And it doesn't matter if this is straight. Now I'm going to flip this over, add some more adhesive, and stick that to my red. Add a bit of adhesive on here as well. Stick that down. Okay. All right, so we've got that little bit of a red border. And then this is going to get attached to here. So I'll use a little bit more Tombow and stick that down. Okay, and then what my intention was I kind of wanted it to look like this was a window and the little elf was looking out. This is so not straight. Let's see if we can fix this. Okay. All right, so yesterday when I was coming up with the design, I had taken a piece of black cardstock and took the next largest size and the size that we cut our window and cut a little frame, and it was meant to look like a window frame. I'm just not sure. What do you guys think? Do you like it with the black, or is the black too harsh? Let's move on. I'll leave it for a second so that I can see your comments. We'll move on to the next step here. Okay, so now I've got a strip of vellum, and I wanted, okay, so for my greeting, I didn't want to do black. I really wanted red, but I also wanted to bring in that shimmer. So, and we don't have red embossing powder. I think at one point we did carry it, so some of you may still have it. So we're getting them mixed. Amy says black is too harsh. Kim loves the black. It makes it pop. Shauna loves it. Okay, we'll see what the verdict is here. So I wanted a bit of shimmer, but I wanted a little bit of a softer greeting, so not black. So I decided to stamp on vellum, and I'm gonna stamp in red. I need to take out my greeting here. And I'm using this Wishing You a Christmas of Smiles and Love That Will Last All Year. So I decided to stamp it in red and on the vellum, because the vellum is not really all that porous. You have time that you can actually emboss it. You can sprinkle it with clear embossing powder and then emboss it. I need a block. Okay. So, I'm gonna ink this up. And I'm going to stamp it right in the center. So this is a 3/4 inch strip. And I'm gonna leave myself a little room on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, so on both sides. Okay, and then I've got my clear embossing powder. You have a little bit of time, but I wouldn't wait too long to do this. And then sprinkle it with clear. Let's dump this back in here. And then I'm gonna bring in my heat tool. Did this just flip over? Oh my gosh, I can't even tell which way. Oh, I think it goes this way. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in my heat tool and heat it up. Starting to turn there. Okay, so now you can see that we've got red with just a bit of shimmer to it by adding that clear embossing powder. Okay, so what's the verdict here? I can only see my comments, and I have the comments turned on. I'm not sure. Does anybody know why that is? I'm not sure why that's happening. Maybe if you leave and then come back in, or change the rotation of your phone or device, whatever it is that you're watching it on. Okay, so I am going to just trim this at an angle. So what's the verdict on the black? I think we had, love the black, love it. Okay, so just a few comments. We're gonna go ahead and use it since I didn't use it on the last one. I actually think this needs to be heated up a little bit longer. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, so we'll do the black on this one, and then I'll pull in both and we'll see what everybody says. Okay, so I'm just using just a very thin bit of Tombow to stick this on. And I'm trying to go in the middle so that it doesn't seep out the sides. So what is everybody's favorite from the holiday catalog? I have so many favorites, but I think the hashtag Elfie and the host set are definitely top 2 for sure. Okay, and then I'm going to use a bit of fast fuse on this vellum. I just want to put a little bit on this end. It's going to get tucked underneath my elf. So just like that. And then we're gonna put dimensionals on this guy, which I have forgotten. Let me grab those. The ornament bundle, I know, I love that one too. Oh, Amy, Shauna suggested to log out and come back in. She said that might work, just in case you didn't see her comment. All right, there we go. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our red rhinestones, and I want to add a few in the center of these little red snowflakes. So let's do this one. And then maybe one more. Let's do this one up here. There we go. All done. So here's the look at the other one. You know, I don't mind it with the black. It does look very different. And maybe to make it a little bit less harsh, if I had done it in maybe the crumb cake, it might have make it a little bit, make it blend just a little bit more, because it does really make it pop with the black. But I kind of like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's see, Mary Liz says Beauty and Joy Topiary and the Halloween Bash. Yeah, the Halloween Bash is really fun. I can't wait to see what you do with that topiary set, Mary Liz. I'm not sold on that one, so I need to see more samples with it. Let's see here. And now this one, it's so darn cute. I know, I really adore this. I think Karen Duke did a great job with this set. I love it. If you added a little bit of black or whatever color you're using down the center of the window and across, and then what does she say? Across the middle. Yeah, exactly. So if I did a thin line like that, it would look like a window pane. Yeah, you're right. I think with the black border, you could also skip this step, and if you stamped the greeting in black, I think that would work well too. Kim loves the first frost, feels like frost sweet. That's good. Lots of variety. So many great things in this catalog, seriously. Okay, so, oh, well, hang on, we forgot the inside. Okay, this is gonna be quick. I just took the second part of the greeting that goes along with that. So happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I'm going to stamp it in the red. Actually, and before I do that, I had this scrap piece left and it just fits. So I wanted to do that down the side. So I'm gonna do that first and then we'll stamp it. So I'm just gonna line that up with the corner. There we go. And then trim this off. And then I'll stamp my greeting. That'll go in the center here. I gotta stand up for this here. Okay, and then that's gonna go on the inside. And then we're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If there's any products that you want to order, feel free to visit my website at stamptreasures.com. And if you use this month's host code, I will send you a little something with your thank you card. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Amy says, do you have any videos for wallet albums or small folios? I have, if you check my YouTube channel, I have a mini album made from 6x6 DSP that I posted. I used the rosy, everything is rosy, I think that's what it was called, the medley that was available in the spring. You're welcome, Shauna. So you can check that. Apart from that, I don't know if there's anything else. There is a cute fold out little album. It's a thin album, but it's not really a folio kind of thing. It's you could add photos to it, but it doesn't have pockets or anything. Off the top of my head, those are the only two I can think of on my YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. So thanks so much for watching. Again, I think this is the third time I've said that. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Friday. Bye, guys.